Hey guys, Scott here, Rogue Home Cinema. So obviously CD is happening in the US and a lot of cool things going on, but the big one is obviously home cinema projection, and JVC, favorite brand of ours for a while now, has announced their new lineup, and it's a brand new design and concept. The lineup is really new. The Big 9 series is really quite a different build to the previous sort of way they did things. And indeed, they're a true 4K panel, so full true 4K chipset from the little model. So we had a sort of a 5, a 7, and a 9 series before. That's continuing, though this time, look, we're waiting for the pricing for Australia. So we're not 100% sure. It looks like they're going to be a little bit more money for the 5 and the 7 series than before. And the 9 is going to be quite a bit more. It's going to be quite a significant model. It's like they're going to be a little bit more money for the 5 and the 7 series than before. And the 9 is going to be quite a bit more. It's going to be quite a significant model. It's not just the 4K chipset, but it's also going to E-shift to 8K, which is pretty phenomenal. So everyone's like, it's E-shift. We don't like it. Well, they're going to E-shift 4K and go all in at 8. So what does that really mean? Look, the reality is there's not a whole lot of content at all. In fact, in CDO, they're not even playing any true 8K content either. It's a bit of a scaling thing, but people seem to think it's pretty amazing. The other cool thing of the 9 series is it's got a bunch of light, 2200 lumens, big contrast as usual. Although the contrast in these models maybe not as big as last series, so it seems they haven't been able to pull the same black levels as they did off their previous chipsets. This is quite new, but still very, very impressive. You'll still find these are going to be industry leading contrast in the 4K arena, but maybe not quite as deep as the previous models did. So the 9 series still boasting like 100,000 to 1 native contrast without the use of irises and lenses, that sort of thing. Though massive 100mm glass lenses, some really, really beautiful build going into that. A lot of the Z1, the big flagship model last year, seems to be sort of filtered down to this new season's 9 series. So I have a feeling that's going to be something like, judging off the US sort of pricing, could be about 20 grand. It's going to be a big kahuna projector for sure. The first 8K capable home theater projector in the world, mind you. Very cool. The new 7 series, it should be closer to 10 grand, which is sort of really where it's been for a while, 8 to 10 grand. Again, you know, we're yet to find out for sure. True 4K chip and exceeding DCI color levels. So the color has improved significantly. It was sort of just under. So we're getting that sort of true theater color capability, which DCI is, Digital Cinema Incentive, or P3 color, and on its way towards 2020 color. We're not quite sure how far it pushes that far, but it's getting pretty close. Big contrast again, about 80,000 to 1. Got all the lens shift stuff as usual. And they got this really cool mode now where the lens shift between, say, 16:9 and CinemaScope now has install parameters linked to that. So it can do some masking, it can do some cropping, it can fire out triggers out of the unit to say lens or screen systems. So you've sort of got these customizable modes, so we can pick and choose what sort of not just lens orientation and size, but also other features, digital electronic features like masking. So we don't end up with, like, you know, images beyond the scope screen, that sort of thing. So really cool. In fact, all the models feature that, even the small one. ISF certified as well. ISF certified. It looks like ISF certified control capability from even the small 5 series model as well. That one's going to be sort of 6 to 8 grand Aussie, something like that. Expecting them out hopefully October, November. We haven't really had an ETA for deliveries yet. Rogue are definitely very excited, very keen to support the range into the new season. In fact, we're going to be WA's preferred supplier for JVC. So in Western Australia, we're going to have the models available and ready to go just as soon as they can. So there's a wrap for the new JVC lineup. I heard rumors that they're going to go laser, not 4K. I'm not sure who told me that now, but that was bullshit. And it was a bit of a weird move that they'll change light source instead of pixel res, because there's definitely some advantages to going to 4K because, you know, the native content is there. Though changing the light source is kind of irrelevant, really. I mean, obviously a laser lasts for 20,000 hours. So maintenance-wise, the laser is really cool, though it's doing the same job as far as if you compare 2,000 lumens of laser versus 2,000 lumens of lamp, in the first 1,000 hours, probably not a real big deal of difference performance-wise. Certainly towards the end of the lamp life, yes, fair enough. But I think, yeah, spending the money on laser isn't the way to go. Certainly putting it into the chipset is awesome. Some of these new install features are awesome. And the glass lenses, their lenses have really stepped up. And the 9 series going to 100 mil. So the clarity on this is going to be next level. So there's a wrap on that. I know a lot of you guys are very keen and looking forward to when they're released. So I thought I'll share that as we go. We'll check in next time. Cheers. Bye.